Yeah, I know why you're here. You're just trying to be messy and be like, wow, she fell off. Like, I really gotta see this crash out. Like, I really gotta see it. It seems a little boring over here these days. Did you miss me? What's up with your butt up? What's up, y'all? And welcome back to my first video of 2025. I hope you guys had a great ending of 2024. Peace out. Be gone. 2024 was the worst year for so many different reasons, but overall it was just a shitty year. So I was a motherfucking mess. I was a mess in 2024. Actually before then, it's been a few years that I have been really trying to deal with my shit, girl. You're putting your experience out there for people to pick and poke at and take from it what you will, whatever is going to be helpful for you, because girl, that's what I'm here for. As your fine self, okay? So grab a snack, grab your wine, everything that you need, gather around, and let's have a real ass discussion, okay? Well, I have been having moments of crashing out here and there. Some big crash outs, some little crash outs, but crash outs nonetheless, okay? For a multitude of reasons, but I am here with a warning for you, Miss Independent, Miss Strong One, Miss I got this all together all the time. I know that you are very strong. You are a strong ass bitch. It is okay to not be okay. I'm gonna be vulnerable with y'all right now. I had a lot of fear because I was breaking myself down. A lot was happening emotionally. I was going through my depression and everything. But with this experience, I am also dealing with my hurt, which in turn deals with my anger. And my anger was something that I leaned very heavily on when building my channel. That I would get very upset and offended when people would even insinuate that my life stories, whatever it was that I was sharing with y'all, was fake, wasn't real, made up, just a story that I wrote down on paper. I would get very upset to my core because this shit happened and it affected me a lot. If this is resonating with you, then listen up, perk up your ears, because this message is for you. Now, this testimony is very important to me because I feel like, and I know in my spirit that it happened for a reason, because I was so judgmental. Let me explain. When I was younger, all throughout my 20s, I kept it together. It did not matter what I experienced, what I went through, any trauma from the past, anything like that. I had this ability, what I thought was like this bounce off ability, or like this absorption ability, where when something would happen, I would just absorb it, or just like try to let it bounce off. If it turned into anger, cool. But other than that, it never festered into anything else. Like, it never caused me to make some stupid decisions or like go out there and do something crazy. Never, okay? When I was in my 20s though, a lot of my friends were going through their own shit and they made their own mistakes. They would go out there, and that was the time when they would, go out there and crash out and like, have their moments and get in trouble, or get their tails in some trouble with the law, or get DUIs, or do this and do that and do this and do that. And I sat there and I look back at myself with so much shame, because I sat there and I was very judgy over people that fell, that had a hard time, that struggled, that were like making mistakes or fucking up, if you will. I never thought that I was perfect, don't get me wrong. I just knew whatever it is that you feel like you acting out for, I could probably top that more than likely, and I ain't even doing that. So I feel like that's an excuse. You don't want to have your life together. You don't want to have responsibility. You just want to get in trouble. Just say that. Does that not sound like the old me? Just say that. If that's what you want to do, just say that. I was big on that. And it was terrible, and it's shameful, because I sat there and I genuinely believed this is a choice. Because if I'm not doing it and I can refrain from doing stupid shit, well then you can too, but you just don't want to. That was my mentality, and shame on me, bro. And let me tell you something, God, he got my ass. Let me tell you, he snatched me up so fast. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you're gonna judge the people who are not cowards and who are willing to face their demons and their fear head on, even if it destroys them, even if they act out, even if they have an adverse reaction to it, at least they're willing to fucking face it. You, however, you don't even want to look at it. You don't even want to recognize it. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to feel it. That doesn't make you stronger. That makes you a coward. When I tell you I got a whooping for my life, there has been a prayer on my heart for years and years and years over the course of my career here on YouTube, has been to be able to connect with y'all so that y'all never feel alone during the moments that I had felt alone in the past when I was younger. Because sometimes life just fucking sucks. So I kept saying that and praying that and saying that and praying that, but yet in my heart, I felt this way. Like, if you doing something that's not that smart or you make a mistake, well, I had a hardened heart because I felt like I don't do that, so why are you? God took my life and twisted it upside down. I mean, completely made me bare. I did not have my creativity. I could not even get myself out of bed. I couldn't even fathom trying to create content. All of the good things and the gifts that we have are directly given from God. I could not access any of that while I was going through this journey and this road of facing all of my demons. And there were a lot of them. In today's video, I would like to share my story with you guys about, just some of the things that I've been doing for the past year and the things that I've been going through and how I've dealt with it. I opened up my Instagram stories for the first time in forever. So I'll be giving you some A's to some Q's a little later in the video if you guys are interested, to kind of give you guys an update. But moral of the story, this person and this person are two different people. Actually, this person, and this person are three different people. So I've learned through time and therapy and all of the things that I had a coping mechanism of literally shutting down my brain for things that scared me or things that traumatized me to the fullest extent. I caused my brain to have memory loss. There were so many times in my childhood from when I was in Dallas that I did not remember. I had no recollection of. I cannot tell you guys how many times I had to ask my mom, my brother, my grandma, my tia, hey, about pictures, where were we in this picture, or what were where were we living? I didn't remember houses. I didn't remember certain areas. And then it was I would come into consciousness. There were just specific moments of my life and age brackets that I can remember, but there were big blocks that were gone. Okay, girl. Well, turns out your brain has the ability to protect itself when need be, when traumatic things happen. And sometimes, like in my case, it will literally cause you to fucking forget. It will make all of that blank. You might think, you know what, that's actually a blessing, because half the shit I remember, I don't want to remember. I used to tell my mom I don't remember certain things, and she would be like, you know what, that's a blessing, because some of us can remember everything in our life, and it really sucks and it really hurts. So I thought I was blessed. I was like, yes, I am impenetrable. I am untouchable. Whatever happens, and I'm gonna continue moving because I got it like that. What I didn't know was that I wasn't forgetting. I was making those memories dormant. And what dormant is it's still present. It's just asleep, but it's still there. Okay. It's lying dormant in my soul. When you're asking for a huge shift in your life and you're asking for a blessing of some sort or a growth in whatever area, career, relationships, family, whatever the case may be, and you're asking for growth, understand that can mean something that's not comfortable and can be quite painful, because in order for there to be growth, you have to shed off the old to make room for the new, and that is not a pleasant process. It just is what it is. So I kept asking and asking and asking for these blessings and this growth and this expansion. But how can I ask for that when I'm not willing to be a whole person give every single thing that I have been through the respect that it deserves. Something started shifting in the air, girlfriend. The energy started shifting. Everything started shifting. My life completely flipped upside down. Family dynamics have changed. Relationships have been cut off. There have been a lot of decisions and a lot of things that have changed. And during this change, all of a sudden, I start having terrible nightmares. I have night terrors. And I literally, it's like more and more like my brain started opening like this. Those dormant memories that I never forgot came forward. And they're no longer dormant. They're forefront and center, girl. I was really, really humbled. Really humbled. You thought you were strong. You can't even face it. These are the things that you were afraid of. I carried them in my heart. And I carried them with me every day. And it fueled me. And it fueled my anger, which fueled my resentment. And it even affected the way that I worked in my work ethic to build what I have here. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that your anger can't take you places, because it can. I'm going to be real with you, okay? Let's be 100%. I had daddy issues from the jump, okay? I'm not gonna lie. When I started YouTube, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna be somebody, and I'm gonna do something great so that he can regret his decision. It was all about, I want him to regret his decision. I want him to feel like an idiot for missing out on being a part of my life. I have all of the passion in the world. My passion was stemmed from this deep-rooted pain. This is where people get it confused, okay? Because it feels powerful to be set in your anger. It feels powerful. That moment, it feels very, very powerful. It feels like you have all the power. But the problem is that source is not infinite. It's very finite, meaning that it will run out. Just not a consistent way to have your passions flow through it. It will kill and destroy everything that you put your hands on. At the end of the day, if you do everything in your life out of pain and hurt, it's not going to grow into what you really want it to be, okay? You got to learn how to let go of the fucking past so that you have the ability to grow into the person that you are meant to be. I blinked, and my whole life felt like it was upside down. I felt like I was very lost. A lot changed with my kids, with our schedules. I felt overwhelmed. I didn't know what I was doing. I got these, broken connections. I'm trying to figure everything out. I'm having night terrors. I'm trying to put my life back together. And girl, I blink. All of a sudden, my pain started manifesting itself. I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I was trying to self-medicate. And I was trying to turn to different things to make me feel better or to just numb it completely. I gained 25 pounds over the course of this journey. I blinked and I didn't even recognize myself. This is pain, loneliness, anger, resentment, trauma. This is what that looks like when you don't get it dealt with. It will one day surface. And then all of a sudden you will blink and you won't even recognize yourself because you're drowning. But don't worry. If you feel this way and you are sitting there right now and it is the beginning of 2025, you have a fresh start, that is why I'm here. This is scary. This is a scary journey, but it's not impossible. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And it's a beautiful light and it's an amazing light. I don't feel the same. I don't even think that I look the same. Even when I felt like I was doing great with like my Instagram and stuff, like, does this not look like a completely different person? Although the journey itself really sucked going through it, I'm very grateful for it because I feel like I got my light. I'm feeling happiness and joy in a way that I've never felt it before. And I'm very thankful and grateful. And speaking of grateful, I'm very grateful for all of you and each and every one of you. And I'm so appreciative of the love that you guys have bestowed upon me because I'm undeserving, but I am also very humbled by this experience. And if I can pass on anything to you, my love, I just want you to know that it is okay to not be okay. I would prefer you to not be okay right now and handle it and deal with it and give it the respect that it deserves now than for you to rack it up and go through what I went through all at once like a bulldozer, bitch. Like, please don't do what I did, because it was very hard. That temporary strength that your anger gives you, girl, it is all a facade. It is a lie from the pits, okay? I'm no longer leaning into my own strength because I have no strength on my own merit. I just don't. And that's a part of the humility process. You realize how minuscule you are in the grand scheme of life. Everything that you see on the internet is fake. Everything that you see on the internet is there to make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel like you're lacking in one way or the other. And I am no different. It was affecting me, girl. So I stepped away from everything because I was like, I cannot. Like, I'm already trying not to pull my hair out of my fucking scalp right now because I'm freaking the fuck out. And then, like, social media seemed this in comparison to what I was looking at. Before y'all get an attitude with me, because so many of my girls are like, you just keep being so general. Because I have plans. Okay, I understand that y'all want all the meat and potatoes, but I have plans that have been set in my heart, and I know what I'm doing, and I just need you to trust me. You can probably already guess it, but it's something that has been asked of me for years and years, and I really plan on going through with this. Speaking of plans, okay, I know we're all about like new year, new me. Instead of having just a normal New Year's resolution this year, I decided to make I made a bingo card. There are 24 different goals. Your goal is to have this entire card, you know, marked off by the end of the year. But the incentive is that, you know, like regular bingo, you can get like, you know, straight lines across, straight lines diagonal. And if you get rows like that throughout the year, you get to treat yourself. And, you know, the treats can be up to you. Mine is fine dining at this restaurant called Ocean Prime. We go there once like every 2-3 years, girl, because it's expensive. You can get 5 in a row this way or this way or this way. You know, I can go to Ocean Prime or like a spa day or like maybe like a little mini trip or something like that. That gives you an incentive, girlfriend, to keep going with your goals throughout the year. I have prayed over all of these things and they're very, very importante to me. So I'm going to share with you guys three of my goals, and the rest of them are between me and God, okay? First things first, reviving my podcast with my husband. We have gotten comments. We see you, we hear you, we know. But with everything going on, definitely the podcast went by the wayside as well. We are so sorry. We had a great time. I've always enjoyed it. So that's goal number 1. Second one is to get baptized. I want to get baptized at my church. So that's the second goal. I want to release merch that I'm proud of and that I love and that I stand by 100%. I want to put time aside to actually release a collection of merch that I think that you guys would really love, enjoy, and use all the time. Go ahead and knock out a few of these questions that I got on my Instagram stories recently. Thank you guys so much for interacting with that and, you know, just being curious. Let's see what kind of questiones you guys got for your girl. How was your Christmas? It was great. It was different. It was smaller, but it was wonderful. And also the next day, because, you know, Mila's birthday is the next day and she's 5 years old now. We had a fantastic celebration for her birthday. It wasn't about the gifts this year. One of the first times that I felt like a human all year. I was able to connect with like friends and family that I haven't seen in a while, and turns out they've been going through something similar. Everyone had a terrible 2024, like across the board. There was not one person that was like, oh yeah, this year was amazing. Like nobody. Where have you been, girl? Hell and back. Hell and back. When are you making another video? Today, mommy, today. Where are the story times? They're coming. Don't even worry about it. I will be here to entertain. Oh, not a question, but I missed you so much. I missed you guys too. Oh my God, seriously. Since the year is ending, what is one good thing that happened this year for you? Finding myself. I know that sounds so fucking cheesy. I know. You think you know yourself until you face your demons, and then you're like, oh shit, like I knew nothing about myself. Can we get more Christian content, hermana? Yes, girl, you already know we love Jesus over here. What was your favorite thing you gifted someone for Christmas this year? My favorite thing I gifted someone. So my father-in-law is a huge Broncos fan, and he has his office full of Broncos memorabilia, tickets, like all kinds of stuff, Super Bowl memorabilia. It's so cool. And the other day, David and I had gone in there and we saw everything, and it was so amazing. And we were thinking about what to get his dad for Christmas, because like, what do you get a person that has everything, you know what I'm saying? David had the most amazing idea. We ended up getting a customized Broncos jersey that says Grandpa and then the number 1, and then we got all of his grandkids to sign it. And there's also a new baby that was just born, and we got his little footprint on there, and it is so cute. And we framed it and we gifted it to him, and it was so touching, and it was just perfect. It was like the perfect gift. It was something that really brought us so much joy, very personal, and the kids were involved, and it was just very sweet. It was my favorite gift that we gave. How did you know David was the one? Because he put up with my funky ass, that's why. Where have you been? Where have you been? I know. Where you been, loca? How are the babies and Julian? Yup, girl, Julian is not a baby anymore. So Julian is about to be 17, and the babies are 5 and 6. They're doing great, healthy, happy, just going through the motions, school, making friends. But yeah, they're good. Very, very blessed. What book of the Bible are you currently reading? That is such a good question. I was actually in 1 Kings the other night reading about King David's death and the reign of King Solomon. That kind of started going into King Solomon's, all of the wives and his concubines. Girl, if you want some drama for real, read the Bible. Ooh, what makes having kids worth it? Is there anything you miss about not having kids? Why ask? Because you know the answer is gonna be cheesy as hell. Best thing about having kids is the healing that happens inside of you while you're raising them. All of a sudden you're on the other end of what you went through as a child, and you're seeing them in the same stages that you remember, and there's just something so healing about that. Also, their hugs, girl, there's nothing like their hugs. There's like literally a special like heart connection that happens, and your heart starts fluttering and like beating all crazy when your kids hug you, and it's girl, it is life changing. Is there anything that I miss about not having kids? I miss the spontaneity of things. You know, spontaneity kind of goes out the window when you have kids. You'll gain it back as they get older, obviously. But, you know, it is, David and I used to do stuff last minute all the time. Like, I'm talking about like just most random stuff. Now it ain't like that, you know, but kids are fun, man. They really are. They're so much fun. I am alive. I am here by the grace of God. And I just want to thank y'all so much for coming and joining me for today's video. I hope that I've answered most of y'all's questions. And remember, if I haven't, answers are to come, just in a different format that I think that you guys will really, really enjoy. So just hold on tight for me. This is it, y'all. Welcome back to my channel for 2025. I'm so excited to keep growing with y'all, introduce you guys to a side of me that I didn't even know existed, and I really hope that you like her. Okay, I really hope that you vibe with her, because you know I'm still your home skillet biscuit. I've just healed. And let me know your thoughts down below, and yeah, don't be mad at me. And if you unsubscribe, just go ahead and subscribe again, okay? Like, let's not be mad at each other. Let's not take this negativity into the new year, okay? I love y'all so much, and y'all will see your fine self in my next video. Peace out, y'all.